Hey my glam girls, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, where we talk about all things glam and all things girly. I am a beauty enthusiast that loves to talk about everything dealing with beauty and makeup, but I do like to switch it up, throw in a little bit of fashion and vlogs. So if that does sound of interest to you, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining the Glam Girl Squad. And today we have our October favorites, and I've got some really good things in here today, so I cannot wait to share them with you all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly do appreciate it, and let's get right into this video. Today I'm so excited to be working with a fragrance brand, and when they reached out to me, I was more than happy to say yes, I'd love to try some fragrances and share them with you all. So today I will be sharing some fragrances with Dossier, and if you aren't familiar with them, they are a brand that reproduces classic and high-end fragrances. They cut out the middleman, take out all of the things that makes a fragrance extremely expensive, but still provide us a great quality scent for a very affordable price. So I wanted to pick out a couple of fragrances, one that I was familiar with and one that I've heard a lot about, but I have not taken the plunge to purchase it because it is quite expensive. So the first one that I wanted to try is by Tom Ford. So I currently already own the Soleil Blanc fragrance, and I own it in the shimmering body oil. So I've smelled the actual fragrance. It smells just like the body oil, and I love this scent. It is by far one of my favorite fragrances. However, if I don't want to put on the body oil, I can't partake of the scent because I haven't actually purchased the perfume. So I wanted to try Dossier's version of this. So when you receive a fragrance from Dossier, you get it in this great cardboard packaging, which I like because you can recycle it. And then on the inside, it says iconic scents, designer quality, no markups. So each one of their fragrances is only $39. That is much more affordable than, this is a smaller size of the Soleil Blanc, but I think the normal fragrance cost for like the smallest size, I think we're still looking at about almost $200. So $39, $200, very much of a price difference there. But what I do like is that they give you an info card that gives you a lot of the details about the fragrance, and then here is the actual fragrance in its container. So they call this particular scent Floriental Coconut. The notes are gonna be cardamom, pistachio, and bergamot. Those are the top notes. The middle notes are ylang-ylang, tuberose, and jasmine. And then the base notes are cedarwood, amber, benzoin, and coconut. And so this particular scent, Floriental Coconut, is inspired by the Soleil Blanc's fragrance of Tom Ford. Here's an up close look at the fragrance. It has a very simplistic packaging. I like that the closure is also magnetic, so I don't have to worry about my top flying off. And then we go to smell. Now granted, you all can't smell this. I just, wanted to do this. But this smells identical to Soleil Blanc because this smells identical to the shimmering body oil, and I'm so happy about it because now I have the actual fragrance, so when I want to wear it, I don't have to always worry about putting on the body oil. So I'm so happy to have this. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yes, I want this one, because I obviously wanted to compare the actual fragrance to what I already own, but I also really wanted to have an actual fragrance that I could use when I want to wear it. So the next one that I wanted to try, the one that I was telling you all about, I've heard so much about, that costs so much money. Okay, so this particular one is called Amaryllis Saffron. So the packaging is the same. So whenever you get a fragrance from Dossier, the packaging is going to be the same, which, like I said, it keeps it simple so we can invest more money into the product, which I am here for that. This one is inspired by Maison Francis Baccarat Rouge 540 Eau de Parfum. Now this one I've heard so many great things about, but every time I go and look at the price tag, it's like $280, and I think that's for the smallest size bottle. And I'm always like, oh, am I ready to take the plunge? I have not been ready to take the plunge. So this particular scent I had not smelled before, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a chance on it because this will at least give me an idea if I would even like it. And if I do like it, well, I already have it, But if I didn't, let's say I didn't like the fragrance, then it's like, well, I'm glad I didn't spend my money on something that I wasn't gonna like anyway. But this is such a unique scent and I love it. I actually really do love it. I'm so glad I have this one. But let me read you the top notes because you're probably like, you're not telling us nothing, Chelsea. I know, I'm sorry, I'm excited. Okay, top notes, saffron, orange blossom. Middle notes, jasmine, plum, cedarwood. Base notes, oak moss, fir balsam, amber. This is such a unique blend. So it's quite different from the typical floral scents that I like, coconut-based scents. I love jasmine. So we do have jasmine in this, but I usually like a lot of like floral scents, fresh scents. So this is a fresh scent, but it also has a very like seductive edge to it. So it's not like light and fresh, like just frolicking in the streets types of scent. This is like a special occasion, almost nighttime wear type of fragrance, but it's so unique. It is not a fragrance I have tried before. And granted, I haven't tried every fragrance, but it's not a scent that I have like smelled before where I'm like, oh yeah, this reminds me of. Like I've never smelled anything like this. It smells so good. So I am so excited to have these fragrances from Dossier. I highly suggest that you check them out. They're constantly adding new fragrances to their websites all the time, and they tend to have bundles. So if you buy multiple fragrances together, I think you can get like 25% off every 3 fragrances that you purchase. Let me confirm that really quick. Yeah, so they have a deal where you can get up to 25% discount and free shipping for 3+ bottles. And a great thing about them is that if you try a fragrance, you don't like this scent, it doesn't mesh with your body chemistry, you have 30 days, you can send it back, they'll give you a full refund, no questions asked, and I love that. And thank you so much, Dossier, for this opportunity. Y'all, I have been wearing these fragrances nonstop, and I'm so happy to have them. Okay, moving on to the next one. So the next product I have is a little skincare. So I was watching Andrea Renee, okay? She gets me every time, and she was raving about how good this Saturday Skin Carrot and Niacinamide Moisturizing Cream is. And I saw her demo it. Her skin was glowing to the gods, and I was like, I need that ASAPery, okay? I've never tried anything from Saturday Skin either, so I was like, you know what? This actually will probably be my first product from them. So I was perusing through the Octoly store and I saw that they had this exact cream along with an eye cream. So this is the Saturday Skin Vitamin C Bright Eye Cream. I requested it, they said yes. Thank you so much to Octoly and Saturday Skin for sending these items to be complimentary because I was so excited to like see them in the store so I could try them. This cream, y'all, first of all, I use it in the morning because of the ingredients that it has in it. I felt like this is like a morning-based cream, but I really do feel like you could use this in the morning and evening. So as you can see, I have used a good amount of this cream. So I would say I've been using this for a solid 3 weeks now, solid 3 weeks. And this is such a hydrating moisturizer. I think if you have, I would say if you had about, you know, definitely oily skin, maybe combination to oily. I don't really know if you would like this because it is quite hydrating and it does leave a nice glow to the skin, but you still might be able to rock with it because it does blend into the skin really nicely. And as I'm going throughout my day, my skin is not looking oily. However, I have a very good glow on the skin. So I think this product is excellent for someone who has normal skin, dry skin, or let's say you do have combination skin and you're like, man, I have like some really, you know, kind of dry areas on my face that I really need to moisturize, especially getting into these winter months. Or if you are looking for just an extra hydrating moisturizer, this is so good. I look forward to using this in the morning. And this is a product that I most definitely will purchase when I run out because it is so good. And like I said, going into these winter months, I definitely look for a moisturizer that is a little bit more hydrating. It's not heavy, which I'm really happy about. So just to like let you, see a little bit of the consistency of it. It's not a heavy moisturizer, which I do like, and that's why I like to wear it in the daytime because it works well under makeup and it's not gonna feel heavy under makeup. But as you can see, my hand just looks really nice and moisturized. It blends really nicely into the skin. So I don't know, depending on your preferences, if you had oily skin, you might like it because it is more of a lighter weight type of moisturizer. But if you're looking for a really good hydrating moisturizer that's gonna really kind of lock in that moisture, this one is it. And this is one of the very few eye creams that I've actually been like, maybe you're doing something. Because I'll be honest, I've tried a lot of eye creams and I just feel like I'm putting eye creams on because I'm over 30 and like the internet says if you're over 30, you have to wear eye cream, right? That's pretty much how I feel with the majority of the eye creams that I've tried. This one, I really like too. So this is their Vitamin C Bright Eye Cream. And although I don't have like a ton of dark circles, where I have noticed a difference in using this eye cream, and I do use it in the morning because it's got vitamin C in it, so I think it's just more appropriate to use it in the morning. Where I have seen the benefit of this particular eye cream is that when I go to rub my eyes, because I tend to rub my eyes a lot, and I know I shouldn't, but I do, sorry. When I go to rub my eyes, I've noticed that before I started using this, especially at the end of the day, my skin under my eyes would feel so dry. When I've rubbed my eyes after using this eye cream, I've noticed that like, excuse me, I've noticed that like my skin has almost a buoyancy under there. It doesn't feel dry, and it actually has caused me to rub my eyes less because I'm like, they don't feel as dry. This must be working. So that's the difference that I've noticed more. I can't attest to maybe like the brightening effect of the eye cream, but the hydration that I get from this eye cream is really, really good. You don't need a lot, so this is the consistency of what the eye cream looks like. And I literally take like this much. Like, can you see that? That's the amount that I take, and then I just blend it in with my ring finger, and my eyes are nice and hydrated. I put it like right along here, and then I do rub it on the lid as well because that area of my eye can get a little dry too. And both of these products are beautiful. So thankful to Octoly and for Saturday Skin for gifting these to me, because now I have products that I'm going to want to buy when I run out with them. What's on my face? This Valentino foundation. This is the Very Valentino Light Lasting Perfecting Foundation. I wear the shade DR1. I have reviewed this like months ago. This is such a hidden gem. This is such a good, solid, flawless, like, look at my face. It looks flawless. It looks filtered, and it is not. It is the foundation. So I picked this foundation up again in October, the beginning of October, late September. I was watching Gabe Loves Makeup. He was raving about this because he put this in one of his favorites videos. And I was like, well, I haven't picked that one up in a while. Let me go pick this one back up. This foundation, like I said, I feel like my face looks like I have a filter over it. My pores, where are they? They are gone. Let me come a little close. I usually have pores like right around here, all around here. This really does like filter the face, just makes the face look like you've got a film over it, and it makes your face look so smooth. It's also very long lasting. The formula is not heavy. It's not the lightest formulation. Like when you pump out the foundation, it does have a very like creamy texture to it. Blends effortlessly into the skin. I went in with my brush. I went in with the Refer 31 brush to blend it into the skin. Blends beautifully, but it looks so good. I'm looking at myself in the mirror far away. It looks so good on the face. So another foundation I've been loving is the RCMA Shinto Series palette. So in my foundation declutter, I decluttered my original one. I had already had that one for a few years. I felt like I needed a new one, and so I bought another one. And I love this palette. So just to give you an idea of the shades, this is Shinto 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So Shinto 3 is like my go-to foundation shade. Then I will use Shintos 4 and 5. I tend to mix those together to just like the slightest, most natural looking bronzer to the face. And then Shinto 2, I will use for concealer. So this is such a good palette when I'm in a pinch and I'm like, I need concealer, foundation, and bronzer all in one. And I'm like literally just dipping my brush through all of them and having at it. It wears so well on the face. I love this palette though, because it's very compact. It's only $35. And although you don't get a ton of product in it, I mean, you know, this is not the most amount of product. This is definitely enough for one person. But it gives you such great options. And so for the month of September, I was either reaching for this foundation or I was reaching for this one. So those were the two main foundations I was reaching for this month. Then for concealer, so Octoly, once again, was on Octoly perusing what they had, and they had this concealer by Rose Inc. So first off, thank you to Octoly and Rose Inc. for gifting this to me complimentary. So this is the Rose Inc. concealer. I have mine in the shade LX110. I am wearing it today. This gives the most coverage, but it's so hydrating because it's a hydrating formulation in this concealer. This concealer is everything. It lasts so long. Here is the applicator, so it has a large doe foot. So this applicator makes it so much easier to use if I want to wear this all over the face. This is what the shade looks like against my skin. So like I said, I can definitely use this as an under eye and T-zone concealer brightener. But if I wanted to go just a little brighter, then I'm thinking about getting another shade. Love this. What I like about this concealer too is even though it's a hydrating concealer, if I don't want to set this, I really don't have to either. It wears so well on its own, but it also wears very nicely under powder as well. Now, because a little bit does go a very long way, when I apply this, I normally take it out, I wipe off the excess, and I literally dab whatever amount that's on the brush in the corner of my eye, and that's all I use because I can take that amount and literally blend it out all in this area, and I get really solid medium full coverage right out the gate with just that little bit of product. If I want to go full coverage, I will dab here and I will dab here and blend that joker out, and you can barely see my freckles, and I get good coverage. But it doesn't look heavy and it doesn't feel heavy under the eye. I love that concealer. Like, I'm telling y'all, it is worth the try. Definitely worth the try. Okay, next, let's talk about Hourglass. So Hourglass said, hey, we've been hearing y'all and we think we might wanna make some changes, okay? So they came out with their typical holiday release pans. These are 5 pans versus their traditional 6. I did pick up this pan. This is the pan for deeper complexion. So this is their ambient light. This is their ambient lighting edit in the universal unlocked one. And I have really been enjoying this particular palette. Now, the bronzer shade, it does show up on me. It's a little light. But it shows up. It works better than I thought it would. These blush shades are beautiful and the highlighter is beautiful. But what I've been loving the most out of this palette is this finishing powder in Radiant Light. So I did use this finishing powder today. I set my under eye with my tried and true Kosas powder. I have a little mini version of it, so I used that one today. Set my T-zone with that, and then I used this to just smooth over the T-zone area. The glow that this powder leaves is so beautiful and it's so subtle. So it more so just looks like your skin is lit from within versus like highlighted all over the face. But I love this as a palette when, once again, I'm like going for a quick look and I'm just like, I just need something all in one. I love that these powders are not only workable powders, they're also obviously very high quality, but they're so beautiful and complementary to the skin. I really do enjoy this one. Looking forward to Hourglass coming out with palettes like this in even deeper shades so that those of us who want to try it, that have deeper and richer complexions, can try it. And then more than that one is this Ambient Lighting Volume 3 palette. When I say has been bae for me, bae, okay. So my go-to shades in this are going to be these 2 shades right here. For me, I use them as bronzers and they are stunning, stunning. So I'm wearing this bronzer today. I also have a cream bronzer underneath it, and I'll talk about that one soon. But I either am wearing this bronzer or I'm wearing this bronzer. This highlight is too deep for me, especially now. It might work for me in the summertime, but just to show you, this is the highlighter. So it's a little too deep for me. So I haven't really, actually I haven't touched the highlighter at all, but I have mixed this highlighter with a lighter highlighter and it works. So if I'm in the mood for it, I could do that, but primarily I'm reaching for this palette for one of these two shades. And I love both of these shades. So it just depends if I want like more of a dramatic bronze or more subtle bronze, but I love this. I love this. This is exactly what I wanted it to be. They just need to continue to come out with deeper shades. They keep doing that, and Hourglass will be doing something. They will. Okay, then on to some products that I've been loving. So Courtney Shields came out with this brand called DIBS, and these are her contour and blush sticks. So I have shades, I wanna say I have shades 4 and 5. So the bronzer that I have really been loving that I use today, I think this is contour stick, bronzer and contour stick 4. So this is the bronzer that I put down first before I put down the Hourglass one. This is such a very subtle, like neutral to cool tone bronzer. So I put this down first. I love this shade when I just want like the most subtle bronze. And then the blush shade is this one right here. When I saw this blush shade, I was like, oh yes, I want that one. These products blend so easily into the skin. You can either use your fingers or you can use a brush. My favorite brush to use with these products, I've been really enjoying this brush from BK Beauty X Angie Hot and Flashy. This is the A507 brush. I really have been enjoying that to blend out the bronzer and the blushes. And then the other one that I have, I think this is bronzer contour stick 5. So here is the bronzer shade and then the blush shade. So I saw these two and I was like, you know what? Those are shades that I would like. I think I want to try them, and I really have been enjoying them. Like I said, they blend out so easily, and they smell like coconuts. They smell really good. It makes you, like the fragrance of them smells like you should be on an island. So really have been enjoying those. They also came out with a highlighter. So this is Good Life Gold, and this highlighter is bomb. So once again, has the same fragrance, and because it's so large, this is a great highlighter to use on the body as well as the face. So for this one, I really have been enjoying using the Sonyeji detailing brush, and I'll take some on the brush and just tap it onto the face. Beautiful. As you can see, you can go very intense with it if this is what you want to do, or you could just use, a light amount. But I think these are really, really good. So congrats to her. I really have been enjoying them. Then let's move on. Oh, Minori. So this is a new beauty brand, and they reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try some of their products. So they sent me their cream blushes, their cream highlighters, and some lip glosses. And I've been enjoying everything, but I really wanted to share their cream blushes because that's what I've been reaching for the most, and they're beautiful. So today I'm wearing the shade Orchid on the cheeks, and it is such a beautiful mauve type of shade. The brand, I met with the brand owner. She's so sweet, and she's worked in the industry for years, the beauty industry. And so when she created her brand, she really wanted to create some. This is the shade Orchid that I'm wearing on my cheeks. This is the blush shade. Blends so beautifully onto the cheeks. And I also love using, once again, the Sonyeji detailing brush to blend it in. Works beautifully with it. And just if you're curious, the hairs of this brush are going to be blended, synthetic and natural. So she wanted to create a brand that had products that were simple, got the job done, but reminded us of our beauty. And so I really have been enjoying these products. Thank you so much for sending them to me. I've been using them for a few weeks now, like 3 weeks now, and I have enjoyed using them so very much. The other blush shade that I have is Scarlet. This is more of like a coral a coral orange color. Here is Scarlet. So another beautiful shade, but my favorite of the two is gonna be Orchid. But I think these are excellent for just everyday wear that, you know, you want your makeup to be very complimentary to your face. I think this is excellent for that. So very happy with those. Onto a highlighter though that is in your face, that does not want to be shielded, quieted, or anything like that. This new Pat McGrath highlighter, oh, this is called Lunar Nude. She is everything. This is the highlighter I'm wearing today. And from first try, I knew this was gonna be a favorite. This has been, I would easily say this is my favorite Pat McGrath highlighter. Easy, and I've got a few. And I like them all. This one, this is a favorite. This, I use the smallest amount of highlighter and she's still talking. Still being seen. And you do not need a lot. Like, I had some residue on the packaging. I just took my brush and used the residue and blended it in. And I was like, I love this highlighter. It's so beautiful. Like I said, it is by far my favorite Pat McGrath highlighter now. And I mean, I'm not gonna say you need it, but let me give you a little swatch so you can see what it looks like up close. If you like this shade of highlighter, then you will love it. It has like a gelée almost type of formulation, and it's duochrome because I'm looking at it on my finger. I see some pinks in it. I see some gold. It is such a pretty shade. I can't say enough good things about it. I love it. I love it. Okay, then let's go. All right, I have so much to talk about, guys. So if you haven't already grabbed yourself a snack and a drink, go ahead. I already know this is gonna be long. I tried 2 of the Tarte Juicy Lips lip products, and they're so good. Why have I never tried these before? So I tried them because 2 of my favorite influencers, they're bloggers, collaborated with Tarte, and they came out with their own shades. So congratulations to Laura Beverlyn and Chelsea Olivia. I picked up both of their shades. So I think Laura's is out of stock. So sorry about that. But just so you can see it, hers has like a light pink shift to it. What I love about these is the hydrating factor. I keep the Chelsea Olivia shade in my purse because this shade I feel looks a little better on my lips. And it is so hydrating. Like when my lips are cracking up and like crusty cracking, I will put this on and it gives such good hydration. I saw that on Sephora, there is a holiday pack of a trio of these, and they've got different shades. You need to pick that up. I'm really debating on picking that one up. I don't need 5 total, but like they're so hydrating that I wanna pick up more of these. These are so good. Then let's get into what's on my eyes. Oh my gosh. Mother Packed Celestial Odyssey. If you have not, you need, okay? Now this is what I'm gonna tell you need. And no, we do not need another eyeshadow palette. We don't. But oh my goodness, schmushness. I know I just made that up. This palette is beautiful. This palette is such good quality. Let's come a little closer because you need to see her. Mother put her foot in this one. The way that she selected these shades, the tones of them. I love every shade in this palette. So my first palette that I received, one of the shades was broken. So that's why this one doesn't look as tampered with, because I use the other one more than this one. But I mean, everything about this palette is just beautiful. This is a palette that I think looks so festive for this time of the year, but I already know I will be reaching for this palette even after the holidays because these tones are such like wearable tones. They're like season appropriate tones for now, but they're season appropriate for tones later, for like seasons later. What I have on my eyes now, I went in with this lighter tan shade, threw that into the crease, and then I went and concentrated this deeper brown shade into the crease and the outer edge of the eye, and then I went in with this shade, blended that all over the lid. Lower lash line is this shade, and then this shade is what we see in the inner corner, and that's it. Such a simple eye look, but it's so pretty. Pat McGrath killed it. Celestial Odyssey is by far this might, now I have not looked at all my other palettes yet to really make this consensus, but this might be my favorite non-Mothership pat palette. Might, because it's so good. I would definitely recommend checking into this one. I definitely feel like this one is worth the price. Okay, now lastly, let's talk about some brushes and some lipsticks and then we'll be done. Okay, so brushes. BK Beauty and Angie came out with such a hit. This brush set created by Angie Hot and Flashy is amazing. And I know that they were on the brink of selling out. I got an email from BK Beauty and they were like, if you haven't gotten your brush set, we still have some left, but we are quickly selling out. So if you're interested in this brush set, definitely check out the link that I have down below to see if they have some in stock. If they don't, then I'll definitely let you know when they restock them because I know that they're going to restock them. But if you are like on the fence, get them. Such great synthetic brushes that I feel like these are the best synthetic brushes you will probably ever try. Like I mentioned earlier, loving this blush brush for applying blush and bronzer. And then the eye brushes are so good. Today I used these 3 brushes, and what I love about these blending brushes is that these were created for people who have maybe more mature eyelids, who have more hooded eyelids. And so granted, my eyelids are not the most mature and they are not hooded, but they work exceptionally for me. And my eyelids, I don't have a ton of eye space. So like this one brush right here, this is the A504. When I say this joker fits like it was made for my eye socket, it's beautiful. It really allows me to do that detailed work. A502 blends out product on the lower lash so good, also blends out product on the outer edge of the eye. Like I could go on and on and on about these brushes, but my most favorite brush out of this whole collection is this A506. This is the mini BK Beauty 101 brush. Where are you? Sorry, mine's a little battered and torn, but look at the angle. And if you know me, this is still one of my favorite foundation brushes, hands down. Still one of my favorites. If you also know, I've been on a hunt for a new concealer brush because the one that I have, I still love and I still use, but I wanted like a better quality one. And Angie, she answered the call. This concealer brush, I have to look at myself doing it because it fits right here, blends the product out, gets into my nose crevices well, the forehead well. I think the surface area is perfect to where I don't feel like I'm spending so much time blending it out, so I can blend out product quickly, but still blend it in really nicely. Perfection. Perfection. Like perfection. And I did find out that they will be selling these brushes individually too. So if you only wanted to pick up a particular brush, you can definitely do that. So kudos to Angie and Lisa with BK Beauty. Like you all did it with this brush collection. I do have a coupon code with them, Chelsea 10. I think that's it. I'll leave it down below. It'll save you 10% off, but that is worth a try. Now, moving on to Refresh brushes. So I did do a whole review of Refresh new brushes. Also their organization system is my favorite. I will link that video so you can see all of the details about it. But Refresh did come out with 3 new brushes for their holiday collection. We have brush number 30. Is this 30? Yes, brush number 30. Excellent powder brush. I love using this to blend in either bronzer on the face when I want a nice diffuse blend of bronzer, or if I'm just like buffing powder into the face, this brush is great for it. Then we have the brush number 31, which is the foundation brush. I use this today. It is perfection. This brush does have dual hairs, so it has natural hairs and synthetic hairs, so you can blend out products so effortlessly. And I also love like the girth of the brush. Like I like that it's a little weighted. It makes it, to me, feels a little more luxurious. And so I love how it fits in the hand and then it blends out product excellently. And I've washed these brushes multiple times. They're not shedding all over the place. just beautiful, really beautiful functional brushes. And then brush number 32 is the tiniest little concealer brush. So this brush is, I like when I really wanna like pack on concealer and then like pointedly blend it out, because sometimes I just am like throwing concealer on and I'm out the door, but other times like I really want the concealer to like fit a certain way on the face. And so brush 32 gives me that control of like blending it out where I want to blend it, packing on concealer where I want to pack it. You can also use it to blend out product over the eye, but I mainly use it for concealer. So I really do enjoy this brush set. Rephr is still having their sale where you get 20% off all of their brushes on their website. This brush set is going to be, I want to say $132. I think that's the price of it. Their organizers are $20 each, or if you buy a brush set, you get certain of their systems for free. They'll throw them in complimentary. So they're still running that sale, and I spoke with Tom today. They're going to extend the sale because so many of you all asked him to extend it past October 31st. So they're going to extend it, I want to say till November the 3rd. So instead of the sale ending this Sunday, it's going to end next Wednesday. So if you haven't picked anything up, there are still things left and things that are still available on their website. And then onto the lips. For the lips, the products that I've been using the most, my Christian Audette lipsticks. We all know that. You all know those are my jam. Like, I love those. I'm using those lipsticks all the time. So, but the new lipsticks that I've been loving are by Lisa Eldridge. So she just came out with some new lipsticks. I will link my video so you can take a deeper look at what those lipsticks were. I swatched them on my lips and do all of that and do some comparisons as well. But the three that I really have been enjoying, I've been loving Velvet Intrigue, Velvet Cinnabar, and Velvet Petal. I also picked up I picked up 2 of her lip liners. So I already had Velvet Mousse. So I picked up Velvet Affair and then Velvet Cinnabar. So today on my lips, I started out with outlining my lips with Velvet Affair because I already have the Velvet Affair lipstick, and so I wanted the lip liner. So that's the Velvet Affair lip liner. And then so I put that all over my lips. Then on my lips, I went in with Velvet Intrigue, and I love this shade. It's such a unique shade. So now I have to find more arm space. So I'm gonna put Velvet Affair right here. Velvet Intrigue right here. And I love this shade, it's so pretty. So that's the combination I'm wearing on my lips. Velvet Cinnabar, y'all, it just speaks fall. I love this shade. I'll just do a quick swatch of that. Look at that. So beautiful. And then Velvet Petal, just stunning. I have a Velvet Blush Lightly. I really enjoy that shade, but I feel like these 3 shades are a little more unique to my collection. And so that's why I wanted to share these ones again. Sorry, I went over into Velvet Intrigue a little bit, but you can see it. But I have really been loving these lipsticks. While I was waiting for my new lipsticks to come from Lisa Eldridge, I got so excited about it, like it had me reaching for my other ones by her. And so I really enjoyed using those lipsticks. Christian Audette, like I said, those are just a staple now in my lipstick collection. And guys, that is it. October was full of some good stuff, and I appreciate you sticking it out with me. If you are still at this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite products were in the month of October, because you know Sephora's sale is coming up, and if there's something I need to pick up, this is a good time for me to be picking them up. So leave your favorites from October in the comment section below. And guys, I have a quest to reach 10,000 followers on Instagram, and I have this goal of wanting to do this by the end of this year. And so if you're not following me on Instagram, and if you don't mind, I would love for you to go follow me on Instagram, GlamGirlChelsea. I try to be just as active on Instagram as I am here. You'll see me on my stories a little bit more, so you kind of get to see me a little bit more in my own element. And I do post a little more looks over there. So I would love for you to follow me over there. I'm so close to getting to 10K over there. I am less than 500 followers away. So if you're not following me there, please go ahead and follow me there. I would really love to reach that goal by the end of this year. And, you know, I'm asking for a whole lot right now. If you're not following me here and you're still watching, go ahead and subscribe. Join the Glam Girl Squad, because, you know, we got a lot of fun things coming up that I'd love to share with you. I'd love to have you be a part of it. And guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.